Hey everybody, welcome back. First I want to apologize why and not upload a video last week. I did do work on the Battlestar Pegasus. I did turn the camera on, but it was a rough week last week. I had things that I had to needed to get done, personal. So, and once those got done, it was kind of rough. It was roughish, and it's not a bad thing. It's just answering for things that I'm going through with the T.B.I. But that got done, and then I just kind of focused on the builds. And so yes, I did do a little bit of work on Pegasus last week, and I will share what I'll put it at the front of the video what I shared, what I did do, and then we'll go into this week's video, which is Christmas builds. Santa sent me an email and asked if I could take care of some gifts for him. I said, of course, of course. And he requested that I do 3D prints. So I am working on a night light for my grandson, and T.B.I. He's a really big Spider-Man fan, so share that. And then I'm building, I was requested to do the Captain Rogers, and you'll see that. And then I am also building a Jack Skellington Christmas version, fun version, for my granddaughter Melody, and you'll see that. And I'm just having a lot of fun with it, and right now I'm really focused on getting what Santa's asked to get done since, well, Christmas Eve's next Saturday and he's got stuff to do. So there's that. So I will keep working. I'm planning on no Christmas Eve Saturday, so I'm hopefully I'm gonna have everything finished up before Saturday. That's the plan. But I am planning on doing a video next week. I haven't decided whether I'm just going to go ahead and put together everything I got and put it out on Friday so everybody can enjoy their holiday weekend, which is probably most likely what I'm going to do. So, yes, there will be a video next week. So, with that, guys, if you are new to my channel, please click on the bell. Click on the sorry, guys. If you're new to my channel, click on the button when it comes up. Click on the little bell. Every time I upload, you will know about it. Also, thank you to all my subscribers. It's really awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, guys, if you are new to the channel, or you're not, but if you're seeing something I'm doing, a technique or a way I'm doing something, I'm building or doing something to create an effect, and I don't go into near enough detail in my video, please email me at bucktmore@gmail.com or put it in the comment section and go over what I can help explain more of. If I need to do a video, I will. Please let me know. Also, you can put in the comment sections, hey Buck, good job. Hey Buck, well, okay, didn't think it would work, but it worked. Or hey Buck, what the crack were you thinking, man? Put those in. I usually respond within 12 to 24 hours. So without further ado, let's go to the bench and see what's been done. Good morning. It's Tuesday and back at the bench. First, I'm still working on Pegasus, and I will share that with you, but I also was asked by my daughter to do a 3D printing for her of a horse and his cowboy. And so I'm working on getting that ready for her. I'm just sanding it down and getting things fixed. But alright guys, well, I've sanded out for right now on the prints. So I'm going to try to get a lot of this coloring done that I want to do. And like I said, I just mixed metallic gray and chrome silver to make this next detail of color, to give it a little, keep with the dark part of how the ship's overall, but to help also show that there's other parts to it. And so, yes, I am working, my friends. I am working. And this sometimes can take a bit, because I am hand painting all of it, all these little details, and this takes a bit, but if I tried to mask everything off and tape it and then and then try to paint, no, it's gonna take longer to try to get masked than actually just picking up my brush, taking some time and just gingerly and easily getting it on there. So that's where I'm at right now, guys, and yay. So, but yeah, I like how it's working out. I like that color, and like I said, I'm trying to stay as close to screen as I can, but I always do a little bit different on some things. So, alright guys, well I'm going to get back at it because you don't want to watch me just paint little things. So, I will return when I have something more to share. Good Wednesday afternoon, and yes, I'm back here at the bench. I've been here this morning, but I'm working on Christmas presents for my grandkids. So, that was the first part of the morning. And now I wanted to share. I've got the this detail painting of the plates all done up, and same with the bays. So now it's all about going in and doing a bit more painting, more detail painting, to help highlight some of the great things on here. Again, like I said the other time, guys, I'm staying close to what Pegasus is, but I'm adding more detail that I thought was lost. But guys, it's your kit, you do whatever you want with it, but this is what I'm doing with this one. So now I've got to start getting all the other little bits done, and I'm trying to stay as military functional with the colors and everything, and what each thing represents, because this is a military warship. So, alright guys, well I'm going to get back at it, and when I have more to share, I'll turn the camera back on. Good morning. It is Monday, and I'm at the bench, and again, I'm going to apologize for not putting up a video last week. I did do work, but it was a rough week for me, so again, I apologize. But what's going on now is the Pegasus is in dry dock because in 2 weeks it's Christmas. And usually I get going on these a little bit sooner, but I didn't. So now it's like, oh, I gotta go, because Santa wants them. So I've had 3D printing over the last year, and I've done a couple things, as you've seen. But one of the first ever prints I did was this Captain America, Steve Rogers. And it's got the shield, and then here's the base, and this is all 3D printed. And when I first did this, I didn't know what I do now, so I'm going to share. I'm also doing, bring it out here real quick. So this is the base, and I'm pretty sure you guys can figure out, sorry, getting camera with the pants on, but that's the base of that one. But alas, let me dump the bag out. Yay. I think now you guys can tell who this is going to be. Mr. Spider-Man. And there's some things that I learned within the printing. So I printed this first. Always do that. But as you can see here, you can see where when it's building the support and doing the base, this was laying down like this on the plate, and it really, I mean, I could fix that, but I tried something else. I decided, instead of having it flat, I was going to set it like this to be printed with the supports, and it worked out even better. I mean, there's still work I got to do on the shoes, but as you can tell, there's the first one I did, and then there's the second one. Now, there's still work to do, but yay. But that's what I figured out, so I started, when I started looking at how I do when I print, to make sure it's set on the right way, that I know it's coming up without too much that I can do with. So there's one head, there is this one, and then there is Peter Parker, no mask. Now I'm going to do with this one. I like this head, so that's what I'm going to do. So that's what I'm working on with this guy, Mr. Spider-Man, and just these parts back in here, get you moved, put you there right now, and I'll put you over there right now. Excuse me, Captain Rogers, going to move you. And then the other one I am doing is a Roman pommel sword, you know, Roman gladius sword. And yeah, it's going to be fun, as you can see. Again, there's going to definitely be work, but I print off 2 of these. And as you can see, like I said, when I first started doing things, I always took the files. Oh, it's supported. I can do that. But sometimes those supports are just heck to clean up. So now I let my program do the best it can, or do it. And if I turn it and it didn't work out well, it started messing up the print. Then I aborted the print and did the other way. But so yes, I have today, and hopefully today I will get finished on getting a lot of the cleanup done. Start getting things into things that I can paint, get them into sections. I can start doing paint work, pre-build. But the first thing, like I said, I've got to do is I have got to get these guys all cleaned up and ready. And so that's what's going on. First thing today is I am going to get these guys all cleaned up, ready to go, get a coat of filler primer on them, see how I like it. If I need to do more work, I'll do more work. But I will, I know my videos in the last few weeks have been kind of, I start the camera and I put it on, and this is what I did, and then I turn it off, and I work for a few hours, and then, oh yeah, I did. So I do apologize about that too. But, so, yeah, remember I do have that very nice Candrum sander file machine. Love that, but nothing says, as soon as I can find it, nothing says getting things cleaned with your X-Acto knife, and I just was using the darn thing, and I can't even find where seriously? Okay, here we go, found it. It was hidden. So there's, like I said, there's nothing for a good X-Acto sharp blade, because then I can go in here and just start picking things, and then I can sand where I need to. But this is going to allow me to get down to the surface, because let's see if I can find one that's got a little bit more oomph on it. Okay, so as you can see, this is the support files, and like I said, I've learned more. But like I said, nothing goes great like just taking that X-Acto blade and just getting those supports down, getting them filed down, getting them taken off so you can sand easier. I can sand easier. And then I'll see, once I get it sanded, I will see if I need to do any putty work right away or not. But like I said, nothing goes better than a nice X-Acto knife. And the first thing I'm going to do is just going to go through all this and clean it up with my X-Acto knife, and then I'll go back in with the sander. But I will be sharing a lot with this. This is the one I started working. This is a shield, and this has got Bondo putty on it, spot putty, and I got to take care of that. But that was what I thought I was going to have to use first, but I've learned more ways. So I'm going to get back at it. I'm going to get these guys cleaned up, and once I get them all cleaned up, I'll come back and show you, and then we'll get started on getting some putty down, fixes done, and get some primer on and see where things need to be going. Alright guys, well I'm going to get at it. I'll see you soon. Well, good morning. It is Tuesday and the storm is almost here. Yes, the blizzard that's going to be hitting me for the next couple of days, and as of an hour ago they're already calling for the next 2 days at least 18 inches, if not more. So yay! All I got to do is just take Gabrielle out and stay out of the snow. But I did get quite a bit done yesterday. I still got more to do on the cleanup on some of this, but Captain Rogers is getting pretty well, and I got to do some puttying. And then, like I said, I'm going to go with this face form. Also, I printed another one, and this is from my Loot subscription. So yes. And then, yes, the lovely, oh, it's always going to break, but yes, stuff, I'm still working with her. And then I'm going to get these two parts glued together. And something I've noticed with me in 3D prints on some things is I sometimes go way nuts trying to smooth everything out and not let the print do what it does. I mean, yeah, there's the lines, of course. That's one thing I always try to get rid of, is the print lines. But sometimes they will definitely work in your favor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it where it is. I've got some more filler primer coming, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sand down the high spots. Not try to get it all cleaned up and go, but just sand down the high spots on the print. And I'm thinking, just like, if you kind of go too crazy with sandpaper on a styrene kit, you can use filler primer to help get those scratches removed from doing the sanding. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing high sanding. I'm going to do that with the Spider-Man, but I still got to do putty work on him before I can get really going crazy. And Jack's going well, and then here in a bit I'm going to move the camera and I'm going to show you how I put this Gladius sword together. But I wanted to touch base real quick and say, hey, I am working, just to let you guys know. So, alright, well, I'll get things moved around and we'll go look at how to put this dang printed sword together. Alright, see you guys soon. Okay, well, I've got everything here set up. So, from all these parts, this is gonna, I'll show you how, but here's the hilt. Yeah, get in there, yep. Actually, just do this. And then it goes like so. Sorry guys, it's not all the way in there. Or, you know, still enough. But let me show you how it came about that. Okay, so there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 total pieces. And it's not a bad thing because they all come out pretty good after you clean them up. Sorry guys. And they fit together like so, which is great. But at the bottom of the sword on the hilt, this is what you're supposed to put brass tubing, or as I'm doing, I'm just using some wood dowels to help to give that strength. But as you can see, there's not a whole lot of actual surface to grab. So what I first did is I took my drill and very carefully and slowly I've drilled in to give it more room. And as you can hear, I'm almost through. Okay, through there. And then I'm going to do this one. Let's try to keep it in camera for you guys so you can actually see. Okay. Now I've gotten these drilled out, then I'm going to get these cleaned up. Actually, I'll just do that, but just do this whole thing on camera. Okay, so I drilled them out to give me more depth of bite hold, and now I just clean off the itty bitty parts. Oh my goodness, what do you know, the fun, and run a real quick piece of 320 grit sandpaper. That's what I use to get get a lot of this down. And then I'll take my tube, my dowels, and I'll just go in and make sure it's working. And if it doesn't feel like there's enough out, I will take my tweezers and try to break it loose so I have more room. I have to do this 1 second here. Okay, there we go. Got through. Okay. And again, like I said, I'm just going to check and make sure these guys will fit. Good. Okay. So now that I got that done, now it's time to go and put these parts together. And, sorry guys, I'm trying to keep in camera here. I have to walk on the other side, so. Okay. So, with these, I've sanded and cleaned them all out, and I've taken my knife and drill bit through the support holes. Good thing is, you can always do that. So, the first thing I did when getting this set is, I wanted to get the blade taken care of. And so I have, out of all the pieces, now I have just 3. So the blade's 1. The hilt is 2, and the scabbard is, if I said that right, is 3. So I went from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces down to 3. Okay, I digress. So another thing I like to do is I like to make sure. Now what I did here when I did this one is I'm using CA. And The big thing I want to make sure right now is I don't put any CA into that hole, you know, where the support tubing goes. But what I do is I will use the dowel, and then I'll put pressure and just hold on to it like this for a few minutes. See if I can turn it so you can see without my big meaty hand in the way. And just do that. Making sure it gets good and secure. And I'll put him right there for now. Okay, now I'm going to go do the next one. And sorry guys, just kind of shadow yourselves right now. Okay. And again, I will hold. So I'm sure there's a good bite on it. And just give it a few seconds, and then, you know. Okay. Now this I'm going to put the tip on later after this has got a chance to set. But go here. Wow. Things are getting low on this one. Huh. Okay. And now something I'll do too, have pressure on it. I'll move the dowel. Let's see if I can get this where you can see it. Maybe. I'll move the dowel. Sorry guys. Let me put it there since this is good. And I'll move the dowel to keep it from setting. If there is any CA in there, I'll keep it from getting set. And now that this is starting to, I've got it glued, I'm going to set it down right now on a piece of foam. And I will take care of that one later. So now comes this one. This get the camera back down. Sorry guys. So now comes getting this put together. And as you can see, it's a very, very just flat surface. Now it is. But I've gotten it all cleaned up. And so now it's going to sit. Now here's the interesting thing. With this one, I am going to have to use both dowels. And I'll tell you why, because there is no point to fix on to help keep it in place. So even with the dowels in there, or one dowel in there, I want to make sure, because one dowel I can still spin, but I want to make sure it's not going to do that. So now again, some more generous love with CA. Sorry guys. Oops. Darn it. Got a little in there. Didn't want to do that. Q-tip, Q-tip, Q-tip. Oop. Alright. Okay. Take you out. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. Oh, you're tight. Now, I want to make sure I can. I have enough in there, and then I'll push these down, and that'll make sure that I have my room, and then I'll double check these guys, because you see, sometimes you gotta, okay, there we go. And yes, there's going to be more cleanup done after, but as you can see, there's going to be a lot of cleanup. But now that that is set and drying, I will put it over here, and that's it, guys. So now I'm going to make sure to give these guys a good bit of time to get good and dry. Now I can go in and do sanding and repair work on the blade and the hilt, because I got that big seam right there, and then I can start working on getting this blade or this stuff ready. And I did, like I said, I'm using these wooden dowels, and they're quarter. Hold on. So I'm using a 1/4 by 48. And I picked these up. My wife picked these up for me at Home Depot. So, yay. So that's what I'm using is those. So with that, guys, I'm going to get back to work. And when I have more to share, I will definitely be turning that camera back on. Good Thursday afternoon. And yeah, I'm finally back at the bench, at my table. And here's why. Because we had that big storm that started on Tuesday. Well, I spent yesterday digging out the first of the snow, which was a heck of a lot. So my wife can get in and out if she needed to, or we could get out. And then I went back and shoveled again today because we got more snow last night. No, by the way, we just got another blizzard warning. Another one's fixing to hit us. So hey, so after doing all that snow shoveling yesterday, I was just beat. I mean, down, tired, beat. So I took the rest of the day. But I am back here, and as you can see, I have gone crazy with a little bit of my Bondo spot putty because I'm trying to see if on some of these I'm just trying to get these big deep lines out, and I'm just probably gonna have to keep working on sanding those. But that's where I'm at, and so I got to still put Bondo onto the Gladius. I got to do some putty on Spider-Man's wall base and do a little bit more. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now, guys. I'm still just working on getting stuff cleaned up and ready for paint. So yeah, so as I get more finished, I will most definitely be turning the camera back on and showing you guys. So don't go away. Good afternoon. It is Friday, and been doing work, doing a lot of sanding on the Gladiuses. Still got to get those down. Working on those, but I did get primer. I did get primer onto Captain America, and I'm playing around with some things, but I got to go still in and get some of this fixed, as you can tell. But yeah, getting there, and so yeah. Shield, I still got a lot to do, as you guys can see. And then I got Spider-Man's head and legs on, and I've got his arms done. So now I can start working on pre-shading and get into getting him painted up and get work on the base, which is a lot of what I got to do right now, is just a lot of dang pre-shading. And yeah, there's that. And then got a couple other Christmas presents I'm working on. That I do not, in case one of my family members says, oh, I want to see what my dad's doing in the studio this week. And there, you oops. But, so yeah, I am working on a couple more. But first things first, I want to get more onto these guys and get them cleaned up, fixed up, and ready to go. And so yeah, I mean, even got his arms all done, and went back through and did some went back through with and paneled in the lines, rescored those. Alright guys, well, I'm going to get back at it again. I'm sorry there's just not much I'm sharing with you, nothing, you know. Yes, there are still issues onto this 3D print, the first one I did, and I'm still working on getting those taken care of quickly. But yeah, it's time to get some paint down. So, alright. Let me get the black out, and I'm going to do pre-shading. Okay, I thought I'd share with you guys. I mean, you see me pre-shade chips and all that, but never a figure. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm just where you see the negative space. Oh, sorry. Where you see all that negative space, like right here. I just want to deepen it up when I go to put the other coat on. So it does have some semblance. It helps break up the colors or the color that I'm going to use, and that's all I'm doing is just these recessed areas, because that's the only thing I want to actually cast that color is just these recessed areas, as you can see. Maybe if I zoom the camera out, because you guys can't see what I'm doing because I got it too close. Alright, so as I said, I'm just doing basically the negative space on these guys. I just want to, you know, add that depth that this has, and so yeah. So as you guys can see, I'm just, like I said, I'm just doing the recessed areas or the negative space. And here, here. And as you can see, and then yeah, I have to keep working it so I can get into those areas, because when I printed this, there was no sections. It was, the sections were, okay, you have feet, you have chest, you have head and base, that's it. No more sections. You're done. So, not how I'd like to do a lot of the painting. I'd like to be able to do the legs separate, do the boots separate, and all that, but, yeah, well, you know how it is. So, don't worry if it starts getting like, oh my god, oh, it's too much. Don't worry. If you make a mistake, like you get either too dark or you just oversprayed, don't worry, you'll be able to, you'll be fine. This part, the painting really, it just enhances your build, not take away from it. It just enhances. So, if you catch my meaning, guys. Okay, you there, and you there. Okay, got. Okay, just making sure I got the things that I wanted. So yay! All right, give me a sec. I'm gonna go stand him up over here. And I'm going to keep, so like on the chest part, pretty much the same thing. I'm going to, you know, try to keep just in the recess space. Like here on the uniform, I'm not wanting to, as you can see, all I'm doing is I'm following his armored lines. And that's what I want to deepen. And then sometimes it's kind of like, oh my goodness. And I mean, sometimes you can get there, and then sometimes it's like, oh my goodness. And then just. And that's all I'm doing, guys. As you can see, I'm just increasing the shadow on certain things. Not going hog wild. Which, you know, I could, but I'm not going to. Sometimes the glove can get a little bit more. But finish up him. And then, like here on this part, I'm just trying to get the inside, you know, and so. And yeah. I know it's like, oh my god, he's just painting. He's not doing anything cool. Well, I know, guys. And then yeah, so when I do some things, I use what I got handy, like the peg here, so I can just get this down. Up here. Okay, there's that, and then I'm going to do the base. Now, kind of why I kept going is I wanted to show you guys, like with Spidey here, where Captain Rogers, the detail was in the print, very nice. A lot of with Spider-Man here, I'm definitely just, I'm just enhancing some of the areas that need just a little more, like, again, just negative spaces, basically, again, and sometimes I might go and, so right now all I'm just trying to do is highlight areas. Sorry guys. And then like the mask part, I might do a little bit more like I just did, because it's helping darken it up. And then, yep, I'm back over to here, doing those recesses in the muscle. Then like his shoes, kind of like I did with the mask, I kind of went a little, just did an overall. And there we go. Alright guys, well I'm going to end it there, or I'm not going to stop what I'm doing, but I'm going to turn the camera off so you guys don't have to keep watching me put down paint. So I'll come back when I have more to share. Okay, brush is loaded, and time to start putting some paint down. As you see, I have masked out the boots in certain areas that I want to try not to have to paint over the blue as best as I can, because this is probably the only part, what I'm doing right now is probably the most of the airbrushing, except maybe the boots. But yeah. So again, I'm just, like I said, just laying, not going crazy, because I want it to, I don't want to try to get it all done at the same, at once. And you guys heard me say that before. And so yeah, let's get some paint down, right? Alright. Turn them over. And as you can see where I did the recesses, where I did the pre-shading for the recesses, yay! But yeah, it's not looking too shabby. So, and as you can see, I'm not going crazy right off. Because the one thing I've learned, if you try to coat it all at once, anything you try to coat all at once, it is not going to play nice. You'll get runs, you'll get just a lot of, what the heck. Alright, got the couple more bases painted up, Spidey's and Captain Rogers, and I went ahead and decided to glue on Spidey's arms, because I'm going to have to hand paint this whole guy, trust me. It's going to be easier to do it that way, but I want to go ahead and get these seams up and done. But I also wanted to show you, so this is the base coat of Captain Rogers' uniform, and this is the field blue XF50. So, yay. So now the fun part comes of starting to paint other things in, and see how far I can get before I have to actually stop, because sometimes you can paint and then you're painting and you're not thinking you're when you're moving and picking up. With 3D prints, a lot of times you have to stop, you know, do a couple things, stop, and give it a seal coat to protect that paint, because sometimes it just likes to scratch off with me. So now I'm going to go ahead and get his boots and get some things, get the boots and get the gloves and his web belt, his ammo belt, his kit, you know, and then go from there. So I want to get the boots, and I want to start getting the gear work. So when I decide what I'm going to do for the color of the field, and for the color I'm going to use for his kit, and boots are easy, but the color for this and then his gloves, I'm going to try to, you know, make it. But alright, I'm going to get back at it. I'm going to get the boots done, and then I'm going to get this guy all the way sealed, his bottom part sealed, and then I can work with some other things. Alright guys, so yay, getting on. Okay, got Captain Rogers uniform starting to get it. I got the boots and these clear coated, so I can do a little bit more work, and I'm trying to experiment because I know these 3D prints, especially the ones with the plastic filament, can get a little pores, I guess is a better word for it. So I'm trying something. With the colors I already got, I am going to see how this will do. That help see if it smooths it out. What I'm saying is, I got, like I said, I got them coated again with clear, and now when I go do the other paints, I want to see the difference between not having it clear coated the first time when I went to start doing the base, and you know what I mean. I put the primer and then I clear coat it, and I sand it down, and then see. So I'm going to see how this is going to go. Also, I forgot, I think I did share it. I'll have to go back and look, but I'm doing a Jack skeleton for my lovely granddaughter Melody, and I got a Cricut cutter last year, very nice one for Christmas, and I'm starting to play around with it and have fun. So yeah, so that's what I'm working on right now. And yes, I cut all these. These I got, you know, I did myself, you know, I used my machine to do it. So I want to see how this is gonna turn out. But that's where I'm at there right now. And oh yes, I got the Vallejo liquid putty. If you guys don't know, the plastic putty in the tube. I'd use that, and going in right now and letting that seal up, so I can see if I need to do a little bit of sanding or not. And then I'm gonna clear coat Spidey too, and see if that works different. So that's where I'm at right now, guys. So yay, fun. So alright, well, I'm gonna get back at it and see if I can get some more paint down. Alright, got things going now, and I'm starting work on the bases, these two bases anyway, and let's see if I can bring it in there and show you. So what I did for the base coat, I went with German gray. It's got a nice dark subtle, and then what I just did is I came back and I'm starting to do the stone texture. What I started with for the first one, and you can use any gray, anything that you feel looks good to you like stone, use that. So what I did here is this is with the Ocean Gray XF82. I dry brushed. A lot of what I'm going to do now for the base and getting everything is going to be pretty much hand painting, dry brushing, doing that. But I want to show you how I did that with this guy. Okay? Lot of things. Let me see if I can zoom that back out. Let's see. Let's go. There we go. And there's a lot of great things. So I got a pretty good size brush here, and if you guys aren't familiar with it, or you know, the technique I'm doing is called dry brushing. I use a heck of a lot. So basically, I dip my brush into the paint, then I come over here and I get it till it's almost gone. Everything's almost gone, and then I just start brushing it in, just like so. And I'm not wanting to overbear color. I just want it to. What this dry brushing does is it's hitting highlights, and it's going to bring that out. It's just hitting highlights, nothing crazy. I'm just basically I'm adding texture to the wall, to the model in itself. And as you can start to see how that texture, you see how this guy's starting to come into phase. So again, I load up my brush and I dry brush, and I get it down to the dry brush level I want. And then I'll just come in, and again, I'm not pressing hard. I'm just letting whatever paint's left on the brush pick up. Let it just pick it up, as you can see. And let's see if this is going to be a little better, easier for you to see. Okay. So let's do the wing right now. Okay, and again, I'm not, like I said, I'm not going nuts crazy. I just want to add a little bit of highlights that it will. Just kind of like so, as you can start to see it coming about. And let's see if it looks even better on the back. It might be easier to see because you ain't got so much to... And then again, like I said, I just go in here and I let the brush pretty much do the work, because I don't really need to do much more than that. And then just come in and make sure I've gotten texture everywhere I want texture, or the texture that I'm adding. And so yeah, also this is a good kit to show you when you this 3D print I did. So you get something textured like this. Same thing, dry brushing is amazing for this even more. Just get it loaded, and I mean, you can just really, at this point you can actually, I'm pressing down a little bit. I'm not going hog walk crazy. I'm just letting it get in there and find where it wants to be. I don't know, what did Bob Ross used to always say? I think what's his pen, he's really happy right there. So the paint's really happy going onto the stone wall right here. Huh. Yeah, I still like watching Bob Ross. I mean, he's what I grew up. I remember watching him and Julia Roberts, or not Julia Roberts, but Julia Child on public TV, you know, when I was growing up. So yeah, it was great. So again, now this is the back side, and I did get the brush down, but basically here on the back side where I'm going to be able to actually let it see like something there is, I'm really going after the crevices and the different things. I mean, just to help get that lip and that highlight in there. And this is the fun part. I mean, you can overdo it. Trust me, I have overdone stuff before. And then I thought, okay, well that should be enough, and yeah, not enough at all. So, okay. Same thing again with the big side here. Again, or the rough side, again, all I do is I just did that, and then I just kind of, like I said, go in and have a little fun and let it find where it wants to lay. And this is how I get it done, guys. This is step 2 of a step process, and I will definitely make sure I show you guys those steps, because I will definitely get this one to, when I do the bases for both Capt and Rogers and the base for Spider-Man here, I will definitely come back and show you each step, or the steps that I did. So, and then again, just kind of letting it find its way, kind of like so. And let's see. Okay, let's get you. And make sure you get it cleaned. And it's okay because I'm touching the model on some of the areas I've just painted. I'm trying to hit the high parts, but because it's dry brushing, it's a little easier and more forgiving to work with. Because it's not full paint on, it's just a little bit. And sometimes you need to move your paper towel or whatever you're using over, so that you can get more, even though you're dry brushing all that paint where it is, it's still gonna come out a bit when you try to dry off, or dry your brush down on the very good wet spot you just did. So I always make sure I traded at least a couple. If I'm doing a big weathering project like this, I make sure I got everything good to go. And make sure to keep it up there. And like I said, I'm just no rhyme or real reason, guys. I'm just having fun with it and hitting it and, you know, letting it do its thing. Not to forget the head, the face, the gargoyle. And his mouth. There we go. And a little bit more. Get in there. Get in there. And then, yep, liking that. So now I'm just do what I got left is the top part of the gargoyle and the top part of the structure. And again, I'm just kind of going in and just letting the brush do what it wants. So, and there we go. One more little run. And what I was talking about earlier is getting, you know, once I get the base coat down, priming that, or what I mean by that is, okay, I put the primer on, got it sanded down, I'm good. I should have clear coated that and then put the base paint on. That would have helped in the porous areas because that clear coat seeps in and kind of just comes up. So, but all right, well that's that, guys, and that's where I'm at right now. I'm probably going to do a little bit more on Mr. Rogers here, and I will share that, but it's going to get time here soon. Since I didn't put the video up last week, I'm going to be adding the things to it. So start thinking about getting the video together and getting it uploaded, because even though I'm uploading the video, because this is stuff Sandra requested, I'm going to probably be back down here and keep working. So, alright guys, I'll come back when I have more to share. Alright, well I thought I'd share something while I'm waiting for things to dry. So, as I said, yes, I was working on Pegasus last week, and just had a hard week, and just kind of focused on doing this. But I wanted to show you what I got done. I'm adding detail painting in, as you can tell, as you can see. I went did basically a metal gray, yeah, something like that, and I did the raised paneling as to show that difference like I did on the Galactica. And then I went with red transparent, oh sorry, get you in, just kind of show some things. And then let's see if I can get that in there, and then just kind of started on that, and that took quite a while because that's a little bit of paint in there. Also, I got the engines taken care of. I've got detail painting on that and everything, so these guys are going to be ready to hook in. And I thought I had it. Let me get those. Let me see. Can't find them. Oh, yeah, I forgot I have them out here. The pallets, the hanger base, and just show you this one because it's more painted than everything. So again, I used dark copper to highlight some of these. So you could actually see it and just give it a little different than just, oh my god, it's all gray, and then, oh, there's a little bit of red there. And same thing, I just worked with highlighting those panels, and I'm going in here and I'm going to start doing more detail painting. And then here on the bottom. And yeah, once these guys kind of, let's see if I can do that for you real quick. So we can have a little show and tell here. Okay, so then got in there, and then on the bottom, and I'm gonna keep these guys. I still got to do the photo etch for inside here, but I need to get it all, you know, get this thing taken care of so I can wrap these, get these guys taken care of. But yeah, I thought I'd share, since I didn't last week, and I didn't even in the video. I shared what I was doing on some things, but I didn't do my end of the video like that, but I am this week. So there is the Pegasus, and like I said, the engines are starting to come along. So, all right, guys, I thought I'd make sure I put that in this week's video since I didn't do last week. So, all right, guys, well, I'm getting back at it. All right, guys, well, this is where I'm going to shut it down this week. And, you know, like I said, I'm going to still be working, but I'm going to get the video up. So, got a lot of work done with Captain Rogers. And then adding some fun to Jack Skellington for my granddaughter. And building a Spider-Man 3D printed nightlight for my grandson. And then the stuff that I finished, what I was working on last week, getting more stuff done with the Battlestar Pegasus, but now Battlestar is going to dry dock until I get Santa's request finished up. So, with that, guys, have a great and awesome and safe weekend. Have a great, awesome, and safe week next week. And I'll see you back here on the bench.